hopefully, knock on wood, expanding beyond that with your support. So we need you to give us a call, though. The phone has been a little bit silent over the last hour or two. So we'd love to hear from you. 888-287-0655 is your phone number. That's 888-287-0655. If you're more of a fill out an online pledge form kind of person, we've got the options for you. You can donate and fill out that form at holyfamilyradio.fm on the Holy Family Radio app, or you can text the word GIVE to 419-969-3255. You'll get a text right back that'll give you a link to the online donation form. We're doing okay.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Is, probably the best status word for where we're at here. Our late Thursday afternoon, day 2 of the Spring Spirit Drive. I believe we still have some matching funds on the table, if I'm not wrong about that.
Yes.
So your donation made right now essentially will be doubled. So give us a call. Now's a great opportunity to put your donation bucks to even greater usage here at Holy Family Radio. 888-287-0655. Be the one to call right away and get those phones ringing here as we close out the final 2 hours of day 2 of your Spring Spirit Drive here on Holy Family Radio. So yesterday, at the end of the day, we spoke with some of the winners of our art contest.
That's right.
Every year, Holy Family Radio goes out to the Catholic schools in the listening area and asks them to participate in an art contest or a drawing contest on the theme that the radio station has chosen for that year. And this year, being one of the years of the Eucharistic revival, the theme was the Eucharist. Yeah. So that was done during Catholic Schools Week, and the board looked at all the entries, and one of the winners, we have 3 divisions.
We have 3 divisions.
We announced all the winners yesterday. The winners were also contacted in advance. But in the K through 3 division, which is one of the divisions, the other 2 being 4 through 6 and 7 through 8, in the K through 3 division, the runner-up was Brooklyn Fierst, from Columbus Grove St. Anthony's, and we have her here in studio with us along with her parents and her principal, and she is ready to talk to us. Welcome, Brooklyn. Hi. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. We are so excited that you were able to come in and talk to us. So you were the runner-up in the K through 3rd grade division. You're what grade?
3rd.
3rd grade. All right. And you were told that the theme was the Eucharist, right?
Yeah.
So what ideas did you have for the drawing that you wanted to do?
When Mrs. Hans, my art teacher, said that you could draw hands, so I thought I could just make a heart with hands.
Okay. So you can point that if you want. If you can hold it steady, point it at the camera over here. The camera that's pointed at you, and then people that are watching, wonderful. People that are watching online can see that. If you can't see it, it says Love the Eucharist, and it's kind of those heart-shaped hands that people make, the love you heart-shaped hands, and then inside that is the Eucharist. And it looks almost like you have some rays coming out from the Eucharist as well. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So where'd you get that idea? Just because the teacher said you can draw hands, or did you kind of come up with the idea some other way?
In my head.
In your head, okay. Well, you've got a very artistic head then, don't you?
Probably.
Have you, you've participated in the art contest in the past?
Yes, I think.
Okay. Have you ever won?
No,
in the past?
my
This is your
first time.
first year. Okay. Well, congratulations. Yeah. Do you have, well, let me pause for a minute and turn to your mom and dad here, Kelly and Steve. Curious if you saw an interest develop in Brooklyn. God bless her. Brooklyn's passing the microphone all the way up to her dad. You really should watch online because this is fantastic. We apologize for our laughter for those of you that are only listening and can't see, but you're very helpful, Brooklyn. Thank you. Well, so I wanted to ask Mom and Dad. have you seen in her, oh, she's she's our very artistic child, or oh, she's always loved to draw, or is that just something that's just present in your home? I didn't even ask. Do you have brothers and sisters, or is Brooklyn an only child?
She's the youngest.
She's the youngest. Okay. So how many brothers and sisters does she have? She doesn't have the mic on her now, so we need you to answer.
She's got 3.
3 brothers and sisters. Okay. So is everybody artistic in the family, or is Brooklyn kind of unique in that way?
Brooklyn's very unique in that area.
She's mugging for the camera. You really have to get to a computer or your phone and check out the live broadcast here, which can be accessed through holyfamilyradio.fm. Is it live on YouTube, or are you going to post it later?
Yes, it is. It's live on YouTube and
Live-
Facebook right now.
Yeah, live on YouTube and Facebook as well. So, what kinds of things did you do in the home to foster, pursuing artistic things?
Plenty of colors, Sharpies, markers. She's always coloring something. She even takes the time to doodle on her homework and a lot of tests. I've seen that the teachers say, Brooklyn, you shouldn't be drawing on your test. But there's always a doodle or a little smiley face or something. She even likes to make comics.
Ah.
I forget the name of the comic you were working on a while
Imitating
back.
an existing comic, or creating her own?
It was like a storyline.
Oh, you want me to talk?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh. Most of the time I'll make funny comics, not really serious or anything.
Comics are, kind of I don't know, not a completely dying art, but it used to be a big deal to look at the comics in the paper. And while, a few people, still enjoy that sort of thing, it's much less common these days. I'll share with you a little secret. My husband asked me out on our first date via a comic that he drew. So you keep it up. You never know where it's going to lead. Maybe it'll lead to your first date someday. Who knows? You're a little too young to be thinking about that yet. But when you mentioned comics, I had to just tell you that you're not the only one. That's great. So you have an actual dedicated art teacher now at your school. It used to be. Do you remember back when it was done by the classroom teachers, by your regular classroom teacher?
Sometimes we'll actually still do it in the classroom.
Okay. So how is it different having an art teacher now?
We'll usually do like an entire project or something. But in like class we'll do like something little.
Yeah. Are you
Well,
learning
now.
just a few more things, like more techniques and ways to create your art?
Not really, because I'm ahead of everyone in art stuff in
Okay.
class. So she's only teaching stuff I already know pretty much.
Okay. Well, maybe as you go through the further school years, maybe you'll finally reach a point where she's teaching you something new. But maybe you'll always be ahead of the game too.
Probably.
Yeah.
But also, today I was drawing in the car driving here.
You were. Yeah. You really like to draw then.
Always packed and ready.
Most of the time, I'll have, like, if we're going on, like, a road trip or something, or going somewhere that isn't, like, 5 minutes away, or, like, it's a while away, I'll take my markers and my Poscas.
Very nice, and draw in the car, huh? That doesn't make you car sick?
No.
That's great. That's great.
That's great.
God paired those two things up really well in you, right?
Yeah.
That's a great way to spend a car trip, though, isn't it? I bet it really makes the time go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was drawing trees.
Yeah? You draw other things that you see along the way?
I was looking at the trees, so it doesn't look like a tiny little tree that looks, bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're going so fast. If you're going a trip further away, you're going really fast. So I imagine it can be hard to get a good look at, what it is you
Trees.
want to draw. Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm drawing like nature or something, I'll look outside and try to get inspiration.
What is your favorite thing to draw?
Probably plants or people.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. We heard yesterday animals from somebody, didn't
Yes,
we?
we did.
Yeah, and I thought, boy, that would be a challenge.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to draw animals
Yeah.
and like realistic things.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't draw realistic people, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Well, good. Good. That's great. Do you
Yeah.
plan to keep up with the art? Like, do you think you might want to take art in high school or college or something?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
God's definitely given you a talent there, and you need to use it to the best of your ability, right?
If you like had talent in gymnastics, what's the point in wasting it? Use it.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. You've got the message. Yeah, you need to use that talent.
Yep.
God bless you.
Yeah. One thing that I liked about your entry there is on the back, you had a little pronunciation guide for us. Do you remember doing
Remember
that?
writing that out?
I just want to let you know that that Kim really needed that
I did.
yesterday because
I did when we were.
I
Yeah,
don't
when
want
we
them
were.
saying like something that does not sound like my last name.
yeah. Because Kim wasn't sure how to pronounce your last name, and I was holding it going, oh, wait, here you go.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, there we go.
I forgot I did that.
It's perfect. Do you have to do that a lot?
No.
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 I just did it so it didn't sound stupid.
Well, I definitely benefited from it, so I
Yes.
thank you. You know, we want to pronounce people's names correctly.
Yeah, we do.
When we have them in here, and we don't always know, and so that was a very helpful guide. Yeah, I know how that is. Around here, my last name's very easy to spell, but if you go out of county, sometimes you have to give them those hints like that. So
Yeah.
keep up the good work on that. What else do you like to do besides art, Brooklyn?
Probably play games on electronics.
Games on electronics? Sure. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't, right? Yeah.
Other than if your favorite thing is to do is read books.
Well, that's true. That's a good thing, isn't it?
It depends on the book.
Yeah.
Like
What are
if
your
it's a
favorite
book I
kinds?
don't really like, I'm gonna be bored
Yeah.
just reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when I finish my favorite series. That's the worst.
That is. It's like, now what?
There's no point in life. What am I supposed to do?
Well, you could draw
That's true.
at that point, but it is a sort of, very sad feeling of you hit the last book in the series and it's like, what am I supposed to do now?
Same thing for TV shows.
Yeah. Yes.
Either you just rewatch them
Mm-hmm.
or you rewatch them 20 times again.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no other thing. There's
The-
nothing going to be close enough.
The struggle is real, no doubt.
Amen.
Yes. Speaking of struggle, listeners, we're struggling just a little bit. I mean, we're doing okay, but
Yeah, I think there's one phone call that came in.
yes,
so.
I did hear that.
Yep.
But I guess we don't know the amount of that phone call. But listener, why don't you presume that our matching funds have not been met yet, since we don't know the amount of that? And give us a call at 888-287-0655. You can also donate online. You probably know those options, but we'll give them to you again. holyfamilyradio.fm and the Holy Family Radio app, as well as you can text GIVE to 419-969-3255. Again, the phone number is 888-287-0655. We are talking with one of our art contest winners from Columbus Grove St. Anthony Catholic School. We're talking with Brooklyn Fierst, and she is a third grader. And the theme this year was the Eucharist. And Brooklyn, since you've got your piece of art there, why don't you hold it up one more time for the camera in case anyone's just looking? Very good. Point it right at the camera. That's great. So she's got lots of nice, bold, clear colors in there. And it says, love the Eucharist and love, heart hands.
That's right.
Is that what we call them, people? Heart hands?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
The heart hands.
Heart-shaped
I
hands.
love you. My daughters do it to me, Love you, Mom, that kind of thing. Do you ever give the heart hands to Mom and Dad?
She is right now.
She's pointing the picture drawing at them. Perfect. Perfect.
Yep, perfect. So now your drawing is going to go on the back of the next year's folder. Okay, this is last year's folder. We had the winners up here and the runner-ups go up here on the top. So that's going to go to all the other Catholic schools around the
Including
whole
yours.
area, including yours. And how many? We're going to need about 3,000 this coming year. So it's going to go around to 3,000 kids and families in the area. How about that? Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So you'll
Yeah.
get that at school, and you can tell everybody at your school, this one's mine. You can point to it and say, this was me. Does it put their names and schools on there?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It puts first name and last initial along with their grade and their school.
Wonderful.
Yep.
I was told that I was the only one at my school by
You-
Mrs. Dukes when I was coming out of the gym.
You were the only one at your school
Yep.
that won. Yeah, we had a couple of winners from Saints Peter and Paul in Ottawa, and we also had a winner from St. Mary's in Leipzig.
Yep.
Oh, and also from St. John and Delphus.
That's right, Delphus as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, you've got bragging rights for at least a year, right? I'm the only one in the school. That's a pretty good feeling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like being on the radio?
Good.
You think you'd like to be on it again someday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep up that drawing work. You just never know. Yeah. Do you have people that are listening to you right now that knew you were coming on, so they made a point to tune in or watch the live stream?
I don't think so, but probably.
Probably.
People are watching me from my school.
I text all your aunts and uncles and grandmas and
Grandparents.
grandpas.
Yeah.
All right.
So there we go. Well, hopefully they're watching the live stream so they can see her in person as well as hear her.
And look at me.
Exactly. And look at you.
It's probably 10 times funnier.
Well, sure. You know, it's always nice to see a face, you know, with the voice that you hear, right? Yeah. You ever talk to somebody just on the phone and you've
Yeah.
never met them in person and you kind of wonder what they look like?
Actually, most of the time I'm FaceTiming.
Mm.
That's the
I-
new
I
I
generation.
to
never call.
revise my-
I never call.
Yeah.
I only answer my mom's call.
Yeah. Well, that's very helpful of you. You mom's little assistant? Not so much, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are in the kitchen, though.
Oh, you
Little
like to
assistant.
cook?
It
She's just-
depends on the food we're cooking.
Yeah. Well, cooking is a very creative thing, just like drawing is very creative. So that doesn't surprise me too much. You're having so much fun with your microphone. Deacon Jeff has to come over and
Last thing I w-
tighten it up.
Last thing I want is for that to fall down.
Fall down, right? Yeah.
That'll make quite a ruckus, as
Yes,
they
it-
say.
Yes, it would
Probably.
indeed. What kind of things do you like to help Mom cook?
Spaghetti, so I can eat the raw noodle. Eat a raw noodle, not
A
all
run,
of them.
as in still hard, not cooked. You like the crunchy noodles?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And both.
All right. Very good. Anything else you like to help cook?
Pretty much everything.
Well, excellent.
Pretty
That's
much.
great.
Not everything. Not everything. But pretty much.
But
everything.
pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Not everything, but pretty much
Maybe,
everything.
maybe like 3 things I don't like to cook with her.
Yeah? Should I ask or should I not ask what those 3
I
things
don't
are?
even really remember, but it just depends on my vibe.
Okay, yeah, you know, it depends on my vibe too. You know,
Is
what
it
I
bec-
feel like making on any given day.
Is it because it smells or you just don't like it? Like vegetables?
I just don't like making it.
Well, some things are just more fun, right? You get to maybe use your hands a little bit more, or you see, like with pasta, you see how it changes shape. Yeah.
And because like you're gonna make a pasta and eat some of it.
You're a pasta girl, huh? Yeah, yeah. Well, wonderful. Listeners, if you're just joining us, we're speaking to Brooklyn Fierst from St. Anthony's Catholic school in Columbus Grove. She is the runner-up winner of the K through 3rd grade division of the annual Holy Family Radio Art Contest. And she's in studio here with us, with her parents and with her principal. And we heard a little bit about where she got the inspiration for her current her entry
Yeah.
into it, which you usually post pictures of these as well. In addition to showing them
Yeah.
live, you post them.
Yep, we'll post them.
So they'll get posted if you're listening on the radio and just dying to see her lovely work. Yes, she's holding it up to the camera. If you're watching live stream, you already know that. But she did a wonderful job there. And I don't know, Deacon Jeff, anything else that you wanted to ask Brooklyn or her family?
I don't think so. I just thank you so much for coming in. It takes a little bit of courage to come in to a radio studio. And so a lot of people don't have any idea what a radio studio is like and what it's all about. But
I didn't either.
yeah.
What do you think?
Maybe there's like this thing and there's a microphone.
It's a big microphone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you surprised there were so many microphones?
No, not really.
Not really.
I'm just surprised
I'm
how nice it
surprised.
is. Because Dad said it was like just a little shed thingy.
Yeah, because it used to be.
It used to be.
It absolutely used to be.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to be in a trailer. So it's through the generous support of our,
Our donors.
listeners and our donors that we're able to move into this space and have running water, and for exactly, yes, you understand, and for microphones instead of 3 and constantly having to shuttle them back and forth if we had more than one guest.
Yep.
All kinds of great things, and we can record podcasts in here. So we're really lucky that our donors support us. Maybe some of the people that have tuned in to listen to you will call and make a donation. Do you think they might do that? Don't name any names.
Maybe.
Maybe. That.
Depends on how funny I am.
Oh.
Do we have to give you a platform to be a little bit funnier yet still? And then maybe an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent or something might decide, I've got to make a donation just to celebrate Brooklyn's performance on the radio.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, well, you hear the challenge there, family. 888-287-0655. Has she been cute enough? Has she been funny enough? Look at that. Yes, if you're
She's
watching,
posing.
she's posing for the camera. Oh my, what a ham. A natural ham, natural
Yes.
performer. Yes.
Indeed.
Well, Brooklyn and family, we thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for coming in, and Principal Nancy Dukes there. We haven't gotten you on mic there, but do you have anything you'd like to add for the good of the order here?
I'd just like to say that I think this is wonderful that you do this contest every year, and to give the students an outlet for it. And it's always neat to see who at our school is artistic, because a lot of times I don't know that until this contest rolls around and the winners are announced, and I'm surprised. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were an artist. So
Yeah.
thanks for the opportunity. We really appreciate it.
Well, and we want to thank you too. Thank the school for participating, because not all schools do. All the Catholic schools in the listening area are in fact invited to participate, but they're not all of them do. And so thank you for supporting that. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but it's one of the beauties of Catholic education that we can integrate that about our faith. That art doesn't just have to be this thing over here, on the side, but it's integrating our faith, and this is the perfect example of it right here.
Yep.
Yeah, and go ahead, Principal
Yeah, I
Dukes.
just want to add to that. I think it's so wonderful that you chose the Eucharist to go along with the emphasis and the focus what the diocese is doing, because we've been doing that at school too, focusing on that. So, and it really tied in well. So, thank you.
Yeah. Well,
Yep, absolutely. I mean, you should know that we receive hundreds of entries. I mean, stacks of entries like this. So it wasn't just one classroom worth of entries that we got. So you got picked out of a big stack of entries. So it's pretty special.
I didn't even think I was going to win.
so
Who-
you were
who does?
surprised? Yeah.
Who
well, We
does? Who
had
thinks
we
they're
had
gonna
one
win?
yesterday say she wasn't surprised.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
I like these artists. They've got confidence. That's what you need.
That's right.
Excellent.
I
Yeah.
mean, I tried hard, but I didn't think I was going to actually win because I knew there's going to be like a bunch of different people.
Well, you did a great job, so you deserve to win. Does it inspire you to keep drawing more? That hey, I won a contest.
Maybe. Probably.
Well, we'll look forward to that.
Yeah,
We're going to
look
be
forward to
watching
that.
for you, Brooklyn. We're going to be watching for your entries over the next couple of years. I'm going to be watching. I don't get to decide who wins. I don't participate in deciding who the winners are. But I'm going to be checking the list to see if we've got Brooklyn from Columbus Grove again. So you better keep up that good work for us. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Excellent.
All right. Well, listeners, can you keep up the good work by supporting Holy Family Radio? Give us a call at 888-287-0655. We're going to break, and a lot of people like to call during the break because they don't want to miss the interviews. So we're going to break. Now's a great time for you to pick up that phone and call us at 888-287-0655. This is Holy Family Radio, bringing you the tail end of day 2 of the Spring Spirit Drive. We'll be back after this break.